John Roque, here's some news. Thank you Legend Farms for sponsoring this episode, and thank you for the free weed. Thanks. In an effort to be more progressive, Playschool Friends is dropping the Mr. from Mr. Potato Head and just calling him Potato Head. That's not really progressive. If they really wanted to be progressive, they would have just thrown the female parts of the potato head inside there and said Mr. or Mrs. Potato Head. So you could choose what you want, just like all of us want to do with our genders. I choose to be a man. That's pretty cool. I get to be that. Easiest one. Texas decided to open up today at 100% capacity without any mask restrictions at all. Texas saying that they're going to open up at 100% capacity after the natural disaster that happened is like when you say you're ready to party after you threw up for the third time. I am on party, 100% ready for this party. And now let's see how many of them are going to be able to actually come back at 100% capacity. Some people have multi-$1,000 of utility bills adding up. And you can't go at 100% capacity that way because you know what? You can't use that money to go out. You have to use that money to pay that heat bill that was keeping you alive that time the government abandoned you. After Texas announced that it will lift their mask mandate and open up at 100% capacity, Mississippi made that same announcement and everybody said, Mississippi closed? When did that happen? If Mississippi opens up at 100% capacity, it's still gonna be 50% less than what it actually can hold. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is being accused of making unwanted advances towards a woman at a 2019 wedding. This third allegation adds on to two other allegations from former aides that worked under Cuomo. 3 sexual allegations seem like a lot for Andrew Cuomo. It's still not enough to get people to forget that he lied about the amount of dead elderly people in nursing homes during the height of the pandemic. The reason Cuomo didn't tell us exactly the amount of dead elderly people in nursing homes was because he's a dad and he handled it just like any other dad. He left clues like, yeah, you should talk to your grandparents, keep them close. We're not going to all your grandparents' house this Thanksgiving. Cuomo handled the death of the elderly in nursing homes just like everybody else. They were hoping we would just forget about it and 3 Christmases go, hey, what happened to grandma? Oh, what? The Conservative Political Action Conference, otherwise known as CPAC, which is mostly made up of everybody that bragged about being a hall monitor and showed off their promise ring in high school, held their conference over the weekend where they had a lot of guests that said the same things over and over. Guests like Ted Cruz, Donald Trump, and everybody that you've seen on Fox and Friends was on this, and they were extra lit. Donald Trump came out with so much fire and energy, he almost started another riot. He said he was going to win a 3rd time potentially, and someone needs to help him with counting. He can't count to 3. No wonder he couldn't figure out the vote count after the voting process ended. Ted Cruz came on, and it was sad. It started off with, Orlando's nice. Not as nice as Cancun, which is true. Orlando is fun, but not as fun as wet t-shirt contests and tequila. Last week, President Biden bombed Syria. Well, he didn't do it, but he had the military bomb them. They decided to add this to COVID. It's not because we're occupying Syria and we shouldn't really be there, because COVID hit them. And COVID explodes in Syria when America drops it. This makes it very clear on why Biden couldn't forgive the $50,000 of student loans, because he needs that money to drop bombs on students in Syria. The Biden administration released details of the murder of Jamal Khashoggi and the involvement from the Saudi Prince Mohammed bin Salim, where he directed people to cut up Jamal Khashoggi inside an Istanbul consulate of Saudi Arabia while he was visiting there. There was video of him entering, but he never left, at least not in one piece. Joe Biden has taken away several visas from people that work within Saudi Arabia, and sanctions and other things that are going to penalize Saudi Arabia for this act of a murder of a United States journalist. But he didn't punish the prince directly. Nothing's happening to the prince because, he has his own son that's a mess up. Biden's such a pushover when it comes to actually enforcing things that he said he was going to do during the campaign trail. I will hold the prince of Saudi Arabia accountable. Boys will be boys. I'm General Roque. Thanks for watching. Here's some news. If you like me, remember to like, subscribe, share. If you really, really like me, you can Venmo me money, or you can do both. That'd be awesome. Hell yeah. Thanks for watching.